Welcome back to Jalen and Jacoby, no longer brought to you by Pier 17, but still brought to you by our partners at Chase and Heineken.
That was fun.
Jalen, sometimes we need you to take us behind the curtain. Jalen, as we all watch The Last Dance unfold, we learn more and more about Michael Jordan. Not all of it's so flattering. We've heard that he's punched Will Perdue in practice, and in this upcoming Sunday, we will learn about him punching Steve Kerr in practice. Now, Jalen, we need you to take us behind the curtain. Were practices just different in the 90s? Like, why is everybody punching each other in practice?
Well, the one thing about practice, it should be designed to make your teammates better every moment. That's every drill, every sprint, everything that is going to not only improve them individually, improve the squad, make everything maximum, but ultimately sacrifice for the better good of the group. That's what becoming a team is all about. And so there should be some friction there. There should be some physical practices. And I think today's game, it won't be as many just because the game isn't as physical. They're not grappling a lot in the paint as much as they used to. They're shooting a lot more three-point shots, and the game is more pace and space instead of, like a football term, like a ground and pound. Look no further than two players, Karl Malone and LeBron James, Jacoby. They're both 6'9", 250 pounds. Karl Malone is a skilled big guy that played power forward, and we viewed him as such based on his body type. And LeBron James is a power guard, as the Podfather would say, that's now playing point guard, leading the league in assists when he's playing the four, winning championships in Miami.
Jalen, I have a question. I've seen you at 6'9" and 250. It looks very different. It looks very different on you than it looks on LeBron and Karl Malone. Like, I've seen 6'9", 250 before. It looks a lot of different on those guys. I've seen you with your shirt off, tiny little chest, skinny arms, big belly. Like, I've seen that 6'9", 250 on you, and I've seen it on LeBron and Karl Malone. So let's not get caught up in the math of all of this, all right? Yes,
I'm just saying their skill and their body types are so much the same, but yet so very different. And by the way, what you're talking about with me wasn't 250, dog. That was 260 plus.
I just want you to have the information accurate. And at
Jalen, 6'8".
So there's so much discussion about Michael Jordan mixing it up with these legends of the NBA. And you know what? We have some footage of Michael Jordan mixing it up with another legend of the NBA that we have not yet discussed yet in The Last Dance. And that is a gentleman by the name of Jalen Anthony Rose. So this is Jordan with the Wizards. You know, he's like, look at, there's Jalen going back and forth. What are y'all talking about right there?
Well, I'm thinking that it's Clark Kent because I got a chance to play against Superman when he was in Chicago. Shout out to the OG Doug Collins on the sideline. There's so many big names and faces in that game that bring back so many memories. But anytime you get a chance to compete against the GOAT, it's truly an honor. And people talk about his Washington Wizard years as a throwaway. Just think about this, Jacoby. That was in the early 2000s. Between his repeats, he missed 2 seasons. Before he went to the Wizards, he went to a couple of seasons. Then he played a couple of seasons with the Wizards, was an all-star, played 82 games. Give him back 6 of those seasons. Imagine the greatness we would have saw in MJ if they were all in Chicago especially.
I just love the idea that you're going back and forth with Michael Jordan. I just love the idea you're going back and forth with Michael Jordan. Like, I'm going to get buckets on you. When we come back, we have the story of a 5-year-old who stole a car so he could buy a Lamborghini. I'll explain after this. You got to give the people time. Give the people what they want. Welcome back to Jalen and Jacoby. Jalen Rose. There's some concern amongst people in a Louisiana town. They're being intimidated when they go to the ATM to take out money. There's been a terror who's been there for a few days that chases them down and will not let them take out money. And this terror is a chicken. That's right. A chicken. This chicken is stalking around a particular ATM, and locals are concerned. I wouldn't take out money if there's a chicken. Chicken can get real aggressive. Jalen, if you saw a chicken thug that tried to keep you from taking out your money, would you move on to another ATM, or would you go toe-to-toe with the chicken?
Now, David Jacoby, as my brother doing this show 9 years, you know I keep a bat handy. And if I'm on foot and I need to get to that ATM, because certain ATMs give only 20s, some allow you to choose your bills. So therefore, if I need to go to one and the chicken is there and I don't have the bat, not going to be able to do it. If I do have a bat, we're having wings, we having tenders, we having thighs, we having legs. That's just how it's going down.
That's the difference between me and you. I'm terrified of that chicken. I'm not even going to Louisiana because of this chicken. Until they got this chicken, I'm not leaving the home. That's why I'm quarantined. This chicken is terrifying. Moving on to some very important news that matters. A police officer in Utah saw a car swerving on the highway and pulled it over thinking they would find an impaired driver. What they found was a 5-year-old driver. And this 5-year-old boy explained that he was driving to California to buy a Lamborghini, and he had to steal his parents' car because they would not buy him a Lamborghini. Jalen, whose side are you on this?
I'm on the 5-year-old side because
that's what I figured. That's what I figured.
That he's able to operate the motor vehicle at that age. That's really impressive.
Mm-hmm.
However, if this was back in the day, he'd get one of those whoopings where he'll never see the sun.
You can't. First of all, asking for a Lamborghini, you're already in trouble, and then taking my money, my $3, you're in trouble there. And you steal my car, that's not just a timeout. You're getting in real trouble. Jalen, take a look at you and I as 5-year-old baby drivers cruising down the highway, driving to California.
I like that.
We'll be back tomorrow. Make sure you tune in. ESPN at 4:00.